Hey everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And unfortunately it is still me sat on the sofa. Obviously with all the COVID stuff that's going on right now, the gyms aren't officially open, so I kind of feel it a little bit inappropriate. Oh, I'm a bit wonky. There we go. Feels a little bit inappropriate to do like a vlog with me training, because I know that you guys can't train. Obviously we've had a return to elite training, which makes it a little bit different for me. But yeah, if I was you, I'd be getting annoyed that I couldn't train. So this is being filmed on the Thursday, and the gyms will open this Saturday. So from then, we will be getting more exciting gym content and vlogs coming out to you guys. I've also been really busy with my business stuff. So some of you will know that I run Wisdom for Weightlifting, which is an online coaching business, mainly writing online programs for people. I do some like workshops and one-to-one tuition in person, but I've kind of diversified during lockdown, and it's something that I've been passionate about for a while, and the whole lockdown thing has just kind of given me a kick up the bum to actually do something about it. So I have developed a online like coaching professional development course. So for people who are already coaches, they can sign up. It's an 8-week course. They go through it with a cohort of people, and they can like learn and develop their coaching. Because something that I've found is that, especially in Britain, the coaching courses, like they teach you like the technical model and a couple of other bits and pieces and like health and safety, but they don't really teach you how to coach. Like they don't go into depth about programming, certainly nothing much on competition coaching, and warming your athlete up for competition, which is what I see people screw up the most. So yeah, I've been busy kind of recording that, getting that advertised and publicized and stuff. And if you're interested, I will post the link down below. This first cohort get a discount price of £120 rather than £160, but I'll post all that down below because that's not what you're here for. You were obviously here for the Romaleo 4 review. Now Nike, wish Nike had given me them. German Weightlifting very nicely sent me a pair of these, which is kind of cool to get a pair of boots sent to you. Yeah, so I'm going to kind of give you guys my thoughts, feelings on them, and you guys can use it however you want to use that information. So I guess the first thing is the look of the shoe. At first, I wasn't sure when I saw them online. I wasn't sure about the long tick and everything, because obviously, I've got my 2s here. Obviously, it is a little bit different in style, but I think the red are kind of cool. Not personally a fan of the white, especially where they're synthetic. I find that white shoes get dirty anyway, especially if you train in a proper spit and sawdust weightlifting gym like I do. So the red will hopefully stay looking fresher a little bit longer. My one biggest gripe is the black strap. Like, I just don't feel like it fits the shoe. Obviously there's black in the sole, but I feel like the strap should be like red to match this one, or even white to pick out the tick. I just feel like the black's a bit harsh against the red. Unless both straps were black, then it'd be different again. I just feel like the odd straps are a bit, well, odd for want of a better term. And also this like bit of white, pewter, whatever it is, plastic, running around the back. Again, either black so that it blends into the heel, or red so that it blends into the shoe a little bit better. But that's just me being really kind of superficial on the shoe. In terms of its looks, you can see compared to the 2 that it's not the same kind of red. So in a few of the photos, people have thought these are like a pink shoe. In person, they are red, but they're nearer to the like orangey end of the spectrum when it comes to red, whereas these are obviously like a proper blood red. These are almost on the corally side, especially the sole is a lot more orange. So I think that's it on weight. Now when I put these on, they felt a lot lighter, and I kind of didn't really think anything of it. And then when I sat down to film this, I thought I'd actually weigh them. So here's that. Okay, so let's weigh both shoes. So the Rum 2 comes in at 480 and the 4 comes in 468, so 12 grams lighter. So 12 grams is obviously not a crazy amount of difference per shoe, but like I said, I did feel it when I put them on. I think the biggest thing is obviously this is more of a synthetic like fabric, whereas the 2s are more of a leather. I'm not sure if they're actually leather or whether it's just a synthetic leather, but there's no tags in it. But that obviously makes it heavier, and even like the buckles on the 2s, and you recognize that jiggle if someone's walked around the gym with their shoes open. These are just a much more streamlined buckle. There is a bit of a rotation on the bottom one, but yeah, all in all, they feel slightly lighter, but I also think it's because they fit my foot better, and I don't get as much movement in them, which means they feel lighter because they feel like part of my foot. That kind of leads me on nicely to my next point. So you'll notice if I go side on, hopefully this stays in focus for you guys, you can see that on the 4, the toe is a lot short, like a lot narrower, top to bottom. I'm doing a really bad job of showing you this, but yeah, basically the toe is not as deep there. So what I found in the 2s is because of the depth of it, I got a little bit of movement in my toes, like up and down. Whereas with the 4s, they fit a lot flusher where they've got that taper in. Now I have found, because obviously with my 2s I wear a thicker sock to try and minimise that, carried on wearing the same socks in the 4s, and they've been a little bit snug, which on my left foot they've been fine. On my right foot, for some reason, they've been sending my big toe a little bit numb, and I got a little bit of bruising going on under that nail, so I'm going to decide to actually fix that rather than just carrying on like nothing's wrong. So I'm going to try some thinner socks when I train tomorrow, and I am also, if that doesn't work, I'm then going to go old school and pad the toes out with a bit of newspaper in the hope that that will stretch them slightly. The other thing with the fit, if you guys can see, is this strap actually goes the whole way around the foot. So it goes underneath, and it means you can pull in a lot tighter over the arch of the foot, and it actually pulls the whole shoe in rather than it just pulling the top of the shoe. It pulls like the whole foot. Whereas if you look at the 2s, the strap only goes side to side on each one. The top strap is just across the top, but the bottom one does go around the whole foot, which I find really supportive around my feet. It seems to just be in the right place to support the arch of the foot. And also on that, the arch on the inside seems a little bit higher, which is great for me because I have flat feet and I'm trying to train the arch into my foot a little bit more with my physio, so that I get better ankle range and everything else. If you think I'm kind of crazy when I talk about training my feet from being flat into arched, there's muscles and things in your feet that make a move and everything, so you can actually make it better. I'm not saying you'll go from like pancake feet to ballerina feet, but we can make progress. So that's something that I'm doing. So that arch support is actually helpful because it then helps with my ankle range. Yeah, I think that's it on the fit that I want to tell you. The other thing that is kind of a significant difference is the sole shape. So you can see on the 2, like it's really kind of nice and rounded and stuff, whereas on the 4s, you've got these kind of angles on the toes and the heel. I find that really nice. So obviously the shoe hugs my foot a lot better anyway with the strap and the fit of the toe, but these points on the heel and on the toes make it really sturdy, so I get a lot less roll in my feet. Whereas what I found with the 2s, you can actually see, is that especially when I was doing pulls, like my little toe would like sneak over the edge of the sole, especially where the shoe had stretched over time. Whereas with these, the way that the fit is and the way that the shoe is on the inside, like there's more support up the toes, but then these stop the feet rolling as much. And I found I get a much more stable catch position when I am snatching and cleaning. So that is a feature that I really like. The shoe at the minute is still quite hard because I've hardly worn it, but there isn't really any rotation / none side to side, whereas there is a little bit more in the 2s, but obviously I've worn these, so they've got a bit more bend in them. When I put these on, I was walking around the gym, I could they didn't have any move in them, so I was just flat-footed the whole way. But I'd say my favourite feature of the shoe is this extra bit on the toe and the heel. Just feels so much more stable in the pull. I can push my knees out, and my foot is allowing me to do that without it being kind of rolling. And again, where it's fitted to my toes better, there's less movement in my toes when I'm pulling. So yeah, I mean, personally, I still prefer the look of a new 2. So if they could do the look of the 2 in the shape of the 4 with the extra heel bit, then I think I'd be onto a winner, because I'm a leather shoe girl, really, or the fake leather, whatever this stuff's made of. This is actually my first pair of synthetic shoes. I tried the Adidas, the red plasticky ones that they brought out for London in 2012, and I just wasn't a fan of the thinner shoe, whereas these are synthetic, but they're quite thick, the whole way through the shoe, even into the toe. There's a decent bit of fabric in there. So yeah, generally they're doing all right. I mean, here's a video of me cleaning 136 from the blocks. Get up! Come on! Yes! So that is actually equal to the European clean and jerk record. So I guess I've just got to get it from the floor to my knee, and then I can do the rest of it, and then from my shoulders to above my head is the challenge. But yeah, a European clean and jerk record would be nice, wouldn't it? I'm not going to say any more than that, but training is going well, and the shoes seem to be helping, as well as obviously I've been making some good technical changes, working on some weaknesses, because obviously since the Rio qualification, I've never had this amount of time without competitions, especially the way the Commonwealth qualification worked, the way that this Tokyo qualification was working until lockdown. I was back-to-back with competitions every 12 weeks or so, so there was no real chance to work on technical stuff. So I've been kind of busy doing technique work, doing physio work, bodybuilding stuff, working on weaknesses. But yeah, so that's it, guys. That is my review of the 4s. I think I've covered everything I wanted to say. If you have any questions, then drop me a comment down below and I will get back to you. And in the meantime, if you want to get yourself a pair of the shoes, you can head over to German Weightlifting Shop and use the code SarahD_GB, so the same as my Instagram, and that will get you 10% off the shoes. Yeah, and I'd really appreciate if you do that, because I get a little bit of commission back too, which obviously is helpful in my training and everything, because we're not funded. So I am very thankful to German Weightlifting Shop for the shoes and for collaborating with me longer term with my discount code, and I am excited to see what weights I will lift in these shoes. The other thing to add is the Olympic colours are dropping soon. I'm excited to get my hands on a pair of those. So if you haven't seen on Instagram, they're white and the tick is blue and pink. So remember when they brought out the 2s in the vault, so they were yellow with the pink heel? It's kind of their equivalent to those, because they brought those out for Rio, so they're bringing out the Tokyo ones, and they're still bringing them out now, even though obviously the games has been delayed 12 months. As I'm recording this, it's actually 12 months until the opening ceremony. Hopefully it stays that way. But that is enough waffling and rambling from me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like the video and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys soon, hopefully with some content that isn't filmed on the sofa. Bye!